Good evening, campers. It's me, Kira, and today we are going to talk about Gregory Benford's Timescape. This book won in 1970 the Nebula Award for Science Fiction, and I only learned halfway reading this book that Gregory Benford is not just a celebrated author, he's actually a professor of physics. And that makes sense because Timescape is one of the most theoretical physics book central narrative novels. I'm not entirely sure I can explain it, but before you see me get all Brian Cox on this, one thing that you need to know: if you are not interested in the idea surrounding Timescape, then you are not going to enjoy Timescape. If you like the sound of this book, but you like any form of actual narrative, then this book won't be for you, because this book is a chore. Using my drama degree, I'm now going to assign myself the role of someone who's going to take a really difficult concept about time and try to make it vaguely understandable. So within time space, there is an ecological disaster currently going on, and the scientists need to find a way to get a message to the past in order to stop the ecological event. Problem is that you move into the grandfather paradox, which is, well, you can't go back in time to kill your grandfather, so how are you going to go back in time to stop the ecological event? Because if you went back in time to stop the ecological event, currently within the future, the ecological event would never have occurred. Paradoxes aside, because they're nice and all, how do you even get a message back to the past? You can't travel that quick enough. We have mass. We can't go faster than the speed of light. Well, luckily, there are subatomic particles that have been discovered called tachyons, who are able to move faster than the speed of light. I really hope I am getting this right, because if Professor Gregory Benford stumbles across this, he's going to beat me so hard. I can already see it. Physicists have these tachyons, so where do you send the message? Well, you encode it upon the tachyons, and then you shoot them up into space. Why? Because, well, Earth is currently moving through space in a spiral, and if you can identify the precise moment where the people from the past would have the technology, because you know that because of the history, you know the technology that they currently have, which is more primitive than the one you currently have in the future, if you can transcribe over in the past by shooting the tachyons at the precise location the way you would be in space-time, and they would be able to receive the message, then they could know the message from the future. So yes, theoretically you can travel back in time, but how does this affect the future? Well, Benford uses the analogy of Charlie Puth's favourite instrument. Switch. Well, actually, for this, we're going to turn it off. The light switch is on, which means the light is on. But if I turn it off, then the light is off. But if you put it somewhere in the middle, between this, there's a moment where the light is both on and off at the same time. And that's basically what's going to happen. When the tachyons get there, that they will reach the on-off middle, which consequently means as soon as the tachyon message is hit, time-space will split. So you'll have the universe with the message, and you'll have the universe that they were currently in, where they never got the message and are trying to send the tachyons, which is very confusing. Welcome to Theoretical Physics, everyone, where you both simultaneously win and lose at life. Well, what's that all about, eh? Basically means that I don't have to recommend this to you, because somewhere in the universe you've already read it and you've already commented down below saying, wow, this book was amazing. There's also another universe where you did read it but didn't like it, which means that this review is somewhat redundant, because in some part of the universe you've already read this and I've not made my review, so we're in the same position as when we started.